Love sports? Love culture? Well, I've got a brand new podcast called Take Line from Crooked Media, hosted by me, Jason Concepcion, and two-time WNBA champion Renee Montgomery. From the games to the players to the issues happening both on and off the court, we'll be tackling the important political and social issues happening in sports head on. New episodes drop every Tuesday, so follow and subscribe on radio.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Saturday, October 27th, Bourbon and Bacon Fest is headed to Tacoma, baby! Yeah. Tacoma. 253. That's right. Loves pork. And loves bourbon. Hey, join us during the day. Or join us during the night. Or join us for both at the Tacoma Armory. Distilleries from all over this great land will be pouring their best spirits. And restaurants that you just love bringing the bacon treats. Oh, yes. Bourbon and Bacon Fest this time in Tacoma. You want the info? You want the tickets? Go to KISW.com. Bourbon and Bacon Fest, benefiting our friends at Treehouse.
Let's play B-Mix.
It's time to play the game.
Yeah.
So everybody scream his name. B-Mix. Don't be a loser. Whoa. B-Mix. You're a loser.
It is time to B-Mix. It's time to turn down for Thursday.
Turn down for what?
Oh, yeah. Turn it down for Thursday. Friday Junior, bitches. Oh, it's a good one, man. And
it looks so nice.
Oh, the weather's been gorgeous. I have been out there hiking, man. It's just awesome.
Hiking.
Okay, walking vigorously. How's that?
All right. I just picture you with one of those, like, what are those the little things?
Sticks? The staves?
No, like,
walking sticks?
Like the ones with the knit, like,
The
I'm having a stroke.
Yeah, because I don't know.
A hiking stick.
What are they, like,
A scythe.
the thing that you like,
A cat of nine tails.
it's sharp on both sides. It's almost like a horny kind of a thing.
Oh, that's
Dagger.
A staff?
I don't know.
I mean, like they do the weave, like when they chop the wheat up.
A bow staff, like Donatello. He's
It's
trying
sharp
to...
on both
Picturing, like,
sides.
in The Price is Right, the character that goes up the mountain to Yole.
The walking. They're walking.
It's just a
poles.
walking
They're
stick
poles.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, like
pickaxe.
the pickaxe.
Yeah.
It took us that long
Wait
to
a
get
second.
to a
Can I see your
pickaxe.
So you think a person who hikes is bringing pickaxes hiking up mountains? That's what a hike is?
Yeah, like really tough terrain, so he's got to use it to hold on to like each step.
See, I was thinking you meant like the hike power lock staff, like the ones that you stab into the ground to walk.
Honestly, Steve doesn't know what he's talking
Or the
about.
staff with like the little pokey bit at the end so you can pick up trash while you're
the
going.
guy with the funny hat, and he holds this thing.
Okay.
With the little shorts. I'm picturing you as that.
Yeah, that's not a pickaxe. That's a walking stick.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
It's a
Pickaxe.
pickaxe.
Well, you've got a pickaxe, but that's not about... People don't hike with pickaxes.
All I know
climb
is,
with that.
can we all agree that I would win in Pictionary? Because I clearly nailed
Yes.
it.
You did.
We need to play.
Yeah, I'm not climbing mountains, Steve. I'm just, you got me rappelling and stuff.
Well, that's what I'm picturing. You say, on a hike.
No, it's him just like having a nice little stroll around a park.
That's not true. I walk vigorously, Vicky.
How's vigorous? Can you demonstrate?
I walk fast because I got to get my heart rate up.
You sway your hips.
The old ladies at the mall.
You know what? Again, I'm not going to let Vicky dictate to me how fast I walk. I see how much effort you put into exercise.
Yeah, not really. Okay. But I just wanted to see how you sway your hips.
Okay, well,
So
you
see
know
me
what?
doing it right here.
You'll have to follow me and Instagram
Ice
it.
climbing pics. Thank you, Texas. Now I'm on ice. I'm just taking a walk at Luther Burbank Park, Steve. I'm not climbing ice.
Well, that's what I'm picturing.
All
You're
right,
one of those guys, and you're putting it into the rocks so you
That's
can get
right.
up the hill.
I'm a vigorous hiker.
Man, I think our contestant has a really good chance of beating you this morning.
Yeah.
Just from this conversation, we've got Adam and Edmonds to take you on.
Jesus. One person said you guys would be terrible at charades.
Yeah.
But I would dominate a Pictionary.
You would do that.
It's true.
Adam, are you there, sir?
Hey, yeah, I'm here.
Excellent. What's he playing for today, Steve?
An ice pick, actually. No. He's playing for tickets to check out the WWE's Monday Night Raw at the Key Arena on October 1st. Nice. That's this Monday. Go to KISW.com for all the details. Very excited. Ronda Rousey's going to be there. Shawn Michaels.
He's
the
gonna
Heartbreak
be
Kid.
around?
He's not wrestling, or I don't know what the hell he's going to be doing, but I don't think he's wrestling.
Does he
because
still have
doesn't
mirrors
wrestle
on his
anymore.
pants?
No, he just wears jeans these days. Yeah.
That's a disappointment.
But he'll be there also, so that's very exciting. Go to Ticketmaster.com to get tickets.
All right, Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, Adam will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Adam, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready, sir?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Sharing its name with a brand of soap, what substance is found in the tusks of elephants?
Ivory.
Yes. A plant that is bioluminescent produces what?
Chlorophyll.
No.
Light.
Yes. Who is Professor Honeydew's sidekick on The Muppets?
Pass.
The Seavers were the family on what sitcom?
I'm sorry, the what?
The Seavers.
Pass.
Which early 90s sitcom starred Queen Latifah?
Oh, jeez. Pass.
Which band had an 80s hit, Don't Stand So Close to Me?
Oh, it's not good. Pass.
From which language do the tennis terms love and deuce originate?
French.
Yes. In a court of law, a person who lies under oath can be brought up on what charges?
Lies under oath. I'm blanking out. Pass.
3 correct.
Well, at least he didn't drop a deuce.
Oh,
Yep.
no.
Well, I mean, considering what Steve was talking about.
That question about
That
the
whole
TV
thing?
show, I am blanking on the name of it, and I'm so mad at myself. I know,
Don't
Danny.
say anything, Danny.
I'm so upset
don't say
with
anything.
myself.
We don't need Steve to get any more help.
I can't believe it. I would lose based on that. And how do I not know the name of that TV show?
I'm excited about this.
I'm excited. I just got myself a free Puyallup School District mug in the
How'd
kitchen.
you score that?
There's a couple more in the kitchen.
Ooh, we're going to do this game. Vicky, what are you doing? I like coffee mugs.
Shout out to the Puyallup School District.
Well, at least you live in Puyallup, so
That's
it
why
makes
I think-
sense.
yeah,
Why
I
is
think-
Vicky trying to get one?
I don't know if she needs a new coffee cup, but I was like, that was pretty excited about that. This is a score already. I already won.
Vicky stole it.
And a
Look at
pad.
that.
Ooh, yeah, pad of paper. Oh, and a mouse pad?
Vicky, you don't need a mouse pad.
You don't know that.
I'm pretty sure you don't need that.
I'm trying to save money, right? So
You are such a hoarder. What
are you gonna put
got
on
a problem.
Yes.
Honestly.
50 cents is 50 cents, man.
Steve.
All right. Well, thank you, Puyallup. Thank you, Puyallup, for your mugs. I hope that helps the children.
Steve, are you ready?
In honor of Shawn Michaels being at WWE's Monday Night Raw, I figured William Shatner will let me know I'm ready.
I'm just a sexy boy.
There you go.
I'm not your boy toy.
Oh, man. I love the Shat.
I'm just a sexy boy.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait for the Christmas album.
Sharing its name with a brand of soap, what substance is found on the tusk of elephants?
Ivory.
Yes. A plant that is bioluminescent produces what?
Air.
No.
Honey.
No, honey.
Oxygen.
No. What is Professor Honeydew's sidekick on The Muppets?
I don't know. Student Cantaloupe.
No.
Mrs. Watermelon.
No.
Dr. Plum.
No. The Seavers were what family?
Growing pains.
Yeah. Which early 90s sitcom starred Queen Latifah?
Is that 227?
No.
Living Single.
Yes.
Nice,
Which
Steve.
band had an 80s hit, Don't Stand So Close to Me?
And so the Police.
Yes. From which language do the tennis terms love and deuce originate?
French.
Yes. In a court of law, a person who lies under oath can be brought up on what charges?
Perjury.
Yes. What is Barbie the doll's real first name?
Barbara.
Yes. A song sung at celebrations is For He's a Jolly Good What?
Fellow.
Yes. And Steve, you win 8-3.
Sorry, Adam.
That's all good. Thanks.
Been nice if maybe some of those tail end questions could have been asked to Adam at the beginning.
Yeah.
He didn't even get to those.
No.
And they were pretty easy.
This one's for a texter who requested it.
I'm the best.
Nice.
I'm the best.
One of the old originals.
Yeah.
That's a great song.
Steve's on kind of a streak here. He's on a little streak.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
Rev doesn't keep track.
Yeah, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, you've won more than the last couple of days, so that's a good job.
Don't try.
One of the few that Adam did get correct, a plant that is bioluminescent produces light.
Yeah, it's luminous.
Yeah, luminescent.
Steve
and
doesn't
it's
know.
from inside.
He doesn't care. He didn't want to know those fancy words.
No, he
Well, I
doesn't.
just was pulling up on the Price is Right, the cliffhanger game.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the guy with the pickaxe. He does hike with one of those axes things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But he's climbing up a mountain,
Yeah,
and he's yodeling.
Yeah.
It's like he's going up like the Swiss Alps.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's
But that's what I'm picturing BJ in that outfit.
and the leader hose
I would look good in that outfit.
Yes.
I don't know about
It's
that.
Oktoberfest time.
It is true.
Come on.
Right. Da.
Da?
Da's Russian. Da is Russian.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah is what you want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only one that both of you missed. Who is Professor Honeydew's sidekick on the Muppets?
Danny was so upset that none of us knew.
Yeah, Beaker.
Beaker.
Oh, crap. I know Beaker. I didn't know
Yeah.
Honeydoo. My wife calls me her little Beaker because she thinks I look like Beaker.
Yeah, you kind of do.
Just missing the orange hair, man. Well, you don't know what I wear at home there,
Oh,
Dan.
touche. Oh, that's a weird-looking merkin.
That's what we role play.
Fetish unlocked.
That's
Muppet
a
porn.
weird-looking merkin has been called, ladies and gentlemen.
Now I understand why you love Gritty so much.
That makes sense, doesn't it?
Oh, man, it got weird here. I'm getting out of here. Congratulations, Steve. You won with 8 correct.
Yeah, caller number 8. Guess what you're doing? You're getting a weird-looking merkin and tickets to see the WWE Monday Night Raw at Key Arena this coming Monday, as a matter of fact. That is going to be a hell of an event. I'll be there.
Sorry.
You okay? Something happened?
When I got a text, I was like, what the hell? My wife sent me something. I was like, and it's Lulu.
Does she know you're working, or does it matter?
I don't have rules like you. If you want to send me a video of Lulu playing with a toy, I'm down.
No, see, my wife. My wife sent me that. There would be a fight. It's like I would pull my phone out. I'd be like, and then
It's like a little lamb tall.
Okay. This is exciting. I mean, now you know what? Your wife is on my list.
What list?
It's not the good one. Okay, it's not Santa's nappy list. Tell your wife she violated my rule by bringing you into this. Your wife should know better. You don't text during the show unless someone's dead. That's my rule. My wife knows.
When I first
Someone
heard
better
that-
be dead, or my wife will be in big trouble if she texts me during the show.
When I first heard the growling, I thought she farted and then started growling.
I thought that too, actually. I have to say, Vicky, I was like, is your wife farting on the phone?
No, something popped up and I hit it to close it, and then it started the video, and that was what happened.
But that's what I saw. I saw I was like, it sounds like a fart, and then I saw flesh color. I didn't know that was her hand. I'm like, is she farting into the phone? This is ridiculous.
That's what my wife does. She sends me videos of her farting. No,
Listen,
of course not.
Well, first I thought maybe it was your buddy Munson, because he would do that on your phone.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
that is true.
Yeah. All right, it is time for listeners on the loose because, hey, you just heard that. And it's time for you to guide this show. You pick the topic. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Yeah, you can ask for more of that. Hey, we'd love to hear your dog growling. Why don't you put that on the show? Your calls, your text at 917 on the Rock. Thank you, Mrs. Miggs.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Listeners on the Loose, brought to you by the Shane Company. Listeners on the Loose, where you get to pick the topic, you get to guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. You can also text us at 77999. Talk about whatever you wish, but do remember, Steve has one rule.
Simple rule, BJ, show some energy and bring it. Otherwise,
goodbye, old friend.
And say goodbye to you.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Very excited to have our first person on Listener on the Loose. Is a good buddy of ours, a great guest of the show, and he has a brand new special called Father of the Year, which is available on his website, comedianjoshwolf.com.
Anybody who has teenage boys knows the teenage boys are dumb as so dumb. So dumb. Now, even if you have a smart kid, he is dumb as Both of my sons are smart. They're dumb, dummy, dum-dums.
Please welcome to the show, Josh Wolf.
That's Father of the Year. There he is, right there.
What's up, guys?
There he is.
How you doing?
Hey, Josh, what's up, buddy? Man, I got to tell you, you know what? You're making me proud. The older your kids are getting, the better father you're becoming, and that last cut just proved it.
Well, listen, BJ, anybody who has teenage boys know, and I didn't know you as a teenager, and you didn't know me, but I know that all of us laughed like this. Oh, ho, 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 right? Hey, oh, ho, ho, ho. Anybody who laughs like that is the dumbest person on 2 feet.
Yeah.
Like, they are so dumb. BJ, I'm not sure if I told you this. Here's how dumb my son is. So I go into his room once, and I take out the trash at my house. And I look into the trash can, and there were 12 rubbers and rubber wrappers in the trash can.
Okay.
So I call him into the room. I go, hey, man, I said, I thought we were going to talk before you had sex. He goes, no, we are. It's something completely different. And I was like, what? Like, what? And he said, well, if you must know, I think I'm going to have sex soon, so I'm just practicing putting them on and taking them off. And I said, why? And he said, Dad, I don't want it to take so long where I give her a chance where she could change her mind. And I was like, you know what? That's actually not that stupid. That's actually pretty smart. And I asked him, I said, what are you trying to get the time under? He goes, I just want to get it under a minute. I'm like, that's a good. So he was timing himself, PJ. He was with his iPhone.
Like a true competitor. A true competitor.
Stopwatch out.
You know what? Someday that will be an Olympic sport, and your boy will be ready.
Yeah, he will be a gold medal winner because I think he was getting it under 30 seconds, which I think is probably a good time. Anyway.
I can't even open the wrapper in under 30 seconds, so good for him.
Yeah, not without my teeth. You know, that's it. Right. I always need to get my teeth into it. And the last thing I want to do is accidentally poke a hole. So it always takes a little longer because I don't like to use my teeth around the condom.
Oh, that's a very good point. Yeah, because you're defeating the purpose there.
Josh, you got to be worried that if he downloads the new update for the iPhone, it has a measuring app on it. And I guess a lot of people are now measuring their penises with the measuring app. So you're going to maybe walk in on that.
Now, don't pretend like when you say a lot of people that you don't mean you.
Yeah. Well, I just downloaded it, so I got to wait till I get home to do that, Josh. Actually, Josh, he's been turning his back to us, and I'm a little disturbed at what the hell's going on.
I've been practicing on my leg first.
Yeah.
Dude, you jumped in so quick. You know what I heard? Just a rumor. I heard some guy.
I read it on Reddit, man.
Yeah.
There was
this. Jump in that quick and pretend like you're not doing it right now.
I heard these people in this movie, American Pie, were actually involving a pie in there. Not that I would know anything about it.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I'll measure your face.
Oh, don't measure my face. Oh, yeah. Don't bother that. So it's our buddy Josh Wolf. He's got a new comedy special, Father of the Year. You got to check it out. It's at comedian JoshWolf.com. It's WOLF, comedianjoshwolf.com. Go check it out. Josh has been a buddy of our show for years, and you know what? Most of the time he's entertaining, so you got to check it out.
Yeah, you know what, BJ? For me, you know me, this special has no politics, no social issues, and I hope nobody turns it on to learn anything, because that's not happening either. If you like storytelling and you like stories, irreverent stories about your family and kids, this is the special for you. And on purpose, I shot it and produced it myself, BJ, because I look around at all my friends. And the way this business is set up is that we do stuff and we make rich people richer. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm going to put this on my website, just $5, and the money goes to the artist, which is me. So
I like how you called yourself an artist there. Whoa, we're getting all fancy. I love this.
I was calling it an artisanal special, but then I didn't know. I didn't know if I had to make a sandwich too. What is an artisanal sandwich? What is that exactly? What does that mean?
I always think it's just fancy bread.
Yeah, but it's just bread. You know, that's the thing. Like when they're like it's an artisanal sandwich. Like, is there an ear in there? Like, what makes it art? Like, what?
Oh, look at what he did there with the Van Gogh wrestling. Look at this.
Yeah.
For $5, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to get that kind of action. Come on. Go to comedianjoshwolf.com.
I know whenever Josh comes in, you guys always geek out about the Boston Red Sox because you're a Boston guy. Did you hear the story about those two Boston dudes that try to keep hostage of that banner?
Are you talking about my cousins?
They might as well be.
I love those guys. I love that they were like, we're pro Boston, we love the Sox, but we're gonna need a little kickback.
Exactly.
I love that.
It's the original. So look, it's not like we don't want to give it back. It's just since we didn't do anything to really get it, we just got it. We should get something for it, right?
The guy said, he goes, and I forget what the guy's name. He was like, but he crossed 3 lanes.
Yeah.
I loved it. I was like, I know those guys, and they just want a little something for the effort. You know what I mean?
It is. It was awesome. It really, really was. Only in the Northeast could that happen.
But would you expect anything different? Was expected those guys to come in on bended knee and just to give that back? Is that what you really would have expected, BJ?
Yeah, exactly. No. But then I also think they're the geniuses that think that like a gigantic major organization like MLB or NFL would actually bend the knee to them, because the response is like, yeah, no, we're not giving it back.
The banner had no history. It had no history. It wasn't worth anything.
And I love the banner maker. I just want to remind these geniuses, that's a crime.
It was so perfect because it was like a scene out of the town. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that might as well have been Affleck and Jeremy Renner.
So true.
It was amazing, and thank God they had the thickest accents possible, because if they hadn't, it wouldn't have been as good.
You're absolutely right.
They had the serious Goodwill Hunting. How you like them apples? Like if they had ended that, BJ, with how you like them apples, I might have orgasmed.
Yeah, that would have been fantastic.
By the way, speaking of which,
oh yes,
you remember what we talked about last time I was in studio?
If it involved bodily functions, I know that it had to be you. That's the only thing we talk about.
Didn't it involve BJ's daughter?
Yes. Do you remember that conversation?
Hold on a second. There's a lot of conversations we have with you. Which one are we talking about? I'm thinking about the one where you had an accident in your pants, but this a different one?
Oh, BJ, it happened again. So I was in the hospital, right?
Oh, my God. So how about he was ready to talk about something else, but he does have another accident in his pants story. Okay, I love this.
Wait. So I was in the hospital because I just had my appendix out, right?
Oh, damn.
And, I just had it out. So I'm laying in bed, and it's the night after the surgery, and they give you that plastic bottle that's kind of shaped like a horn to pee in,
Oh yeah.
So I'm peeing in it, and I take it out of the bed to put it on the side table, and I spilled a little on my underwear.
Oh.
And I was like, so I call the nurse, and I'm wearing the hospital underwear. I call the nurse, and I say, can you? She comes in. I'm like, I'm sorry, I got a little pee, and the underwear's on the ground. I got a little pee on my underwear. Can I get some more underwear? And there was just this young girl, BJ, and you'll totally get this.
Oh.
She looks at me and she goes, "Do you need a diaper?" And I was like, "No." I go, "I don't need a diaper." I go, "I just got some pee on me." And then with just pity in her eyes, she looks at me and she goes, "Did you make a mess?" I'm like, "No, stop talking to me like that. Like, I'm not your grandpa." You know what I mean? Like, I don't need a diaper, and I didn't just make a mess. So the next day, they have us walking laps around, the floor.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah.
Because you've taken opiates for 3 days, so you're backed up. So the nurse says to me the first time around the floor, she goes, "I'm going to need you to pass gas just to know that it's not all blocked up." And I told her, I go, "Feel weird about farting in front of you because I don't know you, and then I'm going to make eye contact? Like, that's real weird."
Yeah, that is.
So the first trip around the floor, I don't pass gas. The noontime trip, I feel it backing up. And she goes, "You're going to have to pass gas." And she's wearing a mask. And I go, "I feel weird farting in front of you." She goes, "I'm a nurse. This is not the worst thing I've ever seen." And I was thinking, you've never hung out with me after a night of Taco Bell. Like, you're going to get some bad. So we walk around. It's a rectangle shape, right? The floor. We walk around turn 1, and I start to feel some gurgling. We walk around turn 2, and I'm like, "Oh, this is actually going to be a good relief." We walk around turn 3, and the only way I can explain it to you, BJ, is like, if Steph Curry dribbled a basketball really quickly 30 times off the floor?
Yeah.
That's what the sound that came out of my mouth.
Oh, jeez.
Right? And she goes, "Good for you." And I turn to her and I go, I should have taken that diaper. Because all I can tell you is, I think there was a 90s band called Puddle of Mud, right?
Oh, there you go. There we go.
That, and by the way,
Everything's
2
blurry.
Ds. 2 Ds was important. So like I blew a tire around turn 3, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
First turn,
man.
second turn, but the car started to get a little janky around turn 3 and I blew a tire.
Oh.
She's wearing a mask. So she doesn't know. She just thinks, but you know who else knew? Every other nurse that we passed by.
Oh.
They were just looking at me like, and I'm walking slowly and I still got to go around turn 4 and make the pit stop, back in my room.
Oh, no.
Wait, DJ. Wait. So I get into the room. I go straight into the bathroom. I take off the underwear. I throw them in the trash can. I wipe myself and clean myself with a washcloth. I throw that in the trash can, and then I throw a couple of clean washcloths in the trash can, just out of respect for what I did to their homie. You know what I mean? Just to kind of, you know what I mean? Just like, hey, you guys should go in there too.
Oh.
And so, oh my God!
Oh, God!
Are you ready for this? So I'm laying in bed. And I've got some new underwear, and my curtain is drawn, but the door's open. And the guy comes in who cleans the bathroom. And he opens my bathroom door, and I just hear him go, "Good God." Like that. Right?
Oh, that poor dude.
My door is open, so he cleans the trash, and so he's in the hallway. And I hear him from the hallway go, "Hey, that guy on TV took a dump and left it in the trash can."
Oh, there you go. That's when you don't want to be recognized. This is the first guy. Oh, that guy on TV. Now you know me. Oh, Josh, man, it's always good talking to you, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is why he's Father of the Year, new comedy special. It's available at comedianjoshwolf.com. Josh, we love you, brother. Thanks for being with us, man.
Thanks, guys.
Take it easy. Again, go to comedianjoshwolf.com.
So says, I blank and love this guy. He has a new fan from Brian.
We didn't get to hear next time we talk to him, we'll have to see what he wants to say about my daughter.
I'm sure it has something to do with condoms.
Yeah, it probably does. Yeah. It's listeners on the loose. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. You pick the topic. You guide the show. Your calls, your texts at 933 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
So to say, Migs, did you watch Lethal Weapon yet? If so, what's your thoughts on Riggs no longer being on the show and Stifler's now on it?
Yeah, because they introduced his new partner this episode, right?
Yes, they did. And, oh, man, I miss Riggs.
Oh, really? Stifler's not doing it for you?
He's fine. I almost wish he would just be Stifler. But it's almost like they're morphing. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it almost feels like they're morphing the Marlon Wayans character into being more of like the quirky character on the show, and Stifler or Sean William Scott is kind of taking a more serious role. I'm not sure, but man, it makes you realize there's a certain magic with that guy, Clayne Crawford, I believe his name is.
Yeah, that show, you're right. That show had such success, and he was the big reason why. And for whatever reason, you don't know who to believe, but he was supposedly difficult to work with, and that's why he's not on the show anymore.
And I'm not saying it was awful. It wasn't awful, but that show, we became a fan of it because of the Riggs character, and it became a show that we absolutely were excited to see every time it showed up on our DVR. I don't know if this season's gonna. I'm willing to give it a shot, man, but
it's hard with a new person. And then if he's complete, like you said, if they're doing the morphing of characters, and then Stifler's not Stifler, by the way, which I mean,
yeah,
he's got to be Stifler.
And maybe I'm just jumping to conclusions, but he just came, it just kind of felt weird. And I think maybe it's just going to take a couple of episodes to kind of get the rhythm of what they're doing. But man, it's not the same show. It's not awful. I just wasn't like walking away from being like, this is great. I'm not going to go around telling people about Lethal Weapon like I used to. So I don't know if this shows, and I heard that the ratings weren't all that good either for their first episode. So I think
what a disaster.
Yeah. The show starts off with, it's not really destroying anything because it's killed off, and so
he can't even come back.
Right. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, man, if they could eventually see something and they can make each other see eye to eye, they can bring him back if they kind of figured out a way to make the cliffhanger work, which was, if you're a fan of the show, you know it's kind of hard to make that adjustment, but you probably could have. But man, oh man, they just completely just put an end to that, and to me that's where I'm like, man, I don't know. I don't know if it's. I kind of want to know what that Klain guy's going to do in the future, because I'd like to watch him again.
I would like to know what exactly happened that they couldn't come back from this, that they've destroyed a show. You know what I mean? What could have he done? What could he have done? And we had heard some audio that was played, and you and I heard the audio, and we didn't think it was bad enough that you couldn't have some sort of patching up of some degree.
It had to be something pretty bad.
Yeah, what do we not know that they will destroy a show by losing a character who you have said you love the show and you don't love the show?
Here's the best part of the show, and it's weird because it's silly, but it was funny because they're grieving him being gone. But I'm like, you don't really feel bad that he's gone. You got him fired, Marlon Wayans.
You're right. You're absolutely right, dude. That's the fourth wall right there. I mean, that's a beating.
One person says, I don't know, Lethal Weapon definitely needs Riggs Miggs. The show was funny at times, but nowhere near the same level that it once was. Another person said, you're wrong. They're replacing Riggs' character with Stifler. I was most upset out of anyone, but when I realized they did that, it had to do with the switcheroo, but after I watched the episode, I thought it fit well. Again, I didn't say it was terrible. It just, and I'm willing to give it a few episodes, but man, oh man, like they had a great dynamic and a great chemistry with the characters that they had, and I just didn't feel it yet with Stifler.
Well, the proof will be in the ratings. We'll see if it gets a season 3, or if it goes so bad that Fox just says we're done even before they finish this season, which, I'm assuming Lethal Weapon's a 20-something episode season rather than a 13.
Imagine. Yeah.
Either way, oh man, that's a bummer, dude, because you really, you know what? You really love that show.
Somebody wants to know, I am going to go see Cirque du Soleil Volta with my mom for our birthdays. Yeah. Is it worth the money, and where should we sit for the best view? Anywhere at that, how they set up the tent or the vibe of a tent, Cirque is kind of a vibe over at Merrimore Park. Every seat's good. So, I would try and sit more towards the center if you can, because that's obviously going to be the best perspective. But they really do a great job of making it so that wherever you're sitting, you're going to be entertained. And I absolutely think it's worth the money. If you're a fan of Cirque du Soleil, and my wife agrees that was the best one we've ever seen.
Really?
100%.
And you've seen some in Vegas, right?
Saw a couple in Vegas, and every time they come to Merrimore Park, we've seen them, and we've also seen some Cirque shows when they've gone to like Everett and done at the Angel of the Winds, or the Everett Arena back when it was not called that, when they do the touring ones. And this one, hands down, was the best.
Wow, that's saying a lot.
For us, it was.
I mean, seriously, considering all the great Cirque shows there are, that means that this person's going to get their money's worth.
But I'm a nerd for BMX biking, and they have a great BMX biking stunt in there, and that was pretty damn cool. But all in all, it's just a really well done performance. And you never really, if you're a fan of those, you're never going to walk away disappointed by any of them.
I guess the question is if you think your mom is a fan of that, because again, if you're taking your mom, whether the show is good for you or not, the important thing is, does she love it? And as a guy wanting to give back to mom, there's nothing better than a kid giving back to his parent and the parent really having a good time.
But I would say it's definitely worth worth the cost of admission, because I had a great time.
Nice. All right, here's a big question. I know that was a question you answered, but this is a bigger one that needs to be answered. What do Ryan Castle and the Flintstones have in common? I'm going to tell you at 9:49 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. He's the drunk in charge. Now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and the Flintstones have in common?
I actually rode a dinosaur to work this morning, BJ. True story.
Is that on the subway? Or in the bus?
Yeah.
The subway.
The subway, yeah, sure.
Where the hell are we?
I don't know.
Well, you're close, Steve. In the year 2021, maybe.
One texter says they both have Fruity Pebbles.
Okay.
Yeah.
God, I do like Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, you do.
They get too soggy with the milk.
I kind of like that, though.
Oh. Yeah. I like my crunchy cereal. All
right.
Apple Jacks for the win.
Nah, Cocoa Pebbles for the win.
Cocoa Pebbles are a winner, too. You ever mix Cocoa Pebbles and Fruity Pebbles?
Ugh.
What?
You ain't living, girl.
Whoa.
I got Cocoa Pebbles in the kitchen. That's what I'm eating for lunch.
Is that a euphemism? Okay.
Ryan Castle and the Flintstones both make Steve's bedrock.
Nice. All right.
I like that.
For the win.
Well, one of the cool things about the Flintstones, of course, is that Fred used to drive his car with his feet. And finally, a Dutch engineering company just created a car that, yes, you can move with your feet, just like in the Flintstones. You don't have to run on the ground to make it move, but it's got a gas pedal and a set of bicycle pedals instead of the gas pedal.
Must be tough to do in those wooden shoes.
Yeah.
It's kind of like those the ones of the moving bars. You ever see those?
Yeah. Or a paddle boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can burn some calories, buddy.
Leave it to the Dutch.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of the Dutch.
And their ovens.
Gross.
Ryan Castle.
Play of the day.
Somebody said that Mike Rowe, I'm trying to find the text. Somebody texted in saying that he's in town right now actually doing something. He was at Northwest Grind, a coffee stand in Rochester. That's a little bit of a hike. Yeah, I don't know if he can hear us.
Yeah.
We have to yell louder.
But what's he doing in Rochester, man? I mean, that's pretty cool that town got to have Mike Rowe show up.
He's in Portland today.
Oh, we have to yell really loud.
Boy, we are so stalking Mike Rowe right now.
Yeah. Mike! Where are you, Mike? Can you hear us?
We're your friend. Come on, Mikey.
You came in once. We're besties.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. If I file for bankruptcy, do I have to appear in court? That makes me nervous.
Going to court is never something that's easy to do. However, when you file bankruptcy, you usually only have to attend one hearing at the courthouse. Of course, I'll be there with you. And when you go to court, it's not before the judge. It's actually with the trustee or the trustee's attorney. One of the things that's critical in a bankruptcy is that you give your attorney and the court all of your information. You list all of your assets and all of your creditors. That's what we're trading for your discharge, is your true and honest disclosure of your assets and liabilities. And so the court hearing is just usually about a 5-minute deal where you show up and reaffirm and swear that all the information you've given the court and your attorney is correct.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Love sports? Love culture? Well, I've got a brand new podcast called Take Line from Crooked Media, hosted by me, Jason Concepcion, and two-time WNBA champion Renee Montgomery. From the games to the players to the issues happening both on and off the court, we'll be tackling the important political and social issues happening in sports head on. New episodes drop every Tuesday, so follow and subscribe on radio.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.